Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sierra Claire, and honestly it's not really my channel, this is our channel that we're growing together, so thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. This is another post-grad video. I make videos about post-grad, life in your 20s, lifestyle videos, and entrepreneurship. So if that interests you, please like and subscribe. Today we're going to be all talking about life post-grad school or post-undergrad, just life after college, mental health, and the job hunt, because it has been, I think like most people, very hard, very tolling on our mental health, and so I'm just here to kind of share my experience, and honestly just here to spill the tea. Really share my experience, spill the tea, and just kind of like make a safe space for all of us who have just graduated college and kind of are in a funk or still looking for a job. So we are here to talk it out and vent it out. Alright? So I have my iPad, of course. I just have notes on here so I don't get carried away. So, a little bit about me. I graduated twice from the University of Central Florida with my bachelor's in 2019, master's in 2021, and we are now in 2022. So I graduated about almost 6 months ago, and to say that this journey has been a roller coaster is an understatement because I have went from having a quarter-life crisis, about to graduate, graduating, having a corporate job, quitting my corporate job, into another job, depression, going to therapy, not being depressed, just anything you can think of that I'm pretty sure you guys have been going through as well. So have I. So, let's just jump right into this. I graduated in August of 2021, like I said. I graduated August 6th, I believe. I don't know if I wrote it on my notes. I graduated on August 7th. I moved to New York on August 9th. I started working my corporate job remotely on August 2nd. So my life was just like whirling at this point. And I was adjusting, moving to a new state, working in corporate, my first big girl job after college, and really dealing with a lot of like depression and loneliness because I felt a little like lonely up here in New York. I'm in New York now, but even though I have like distant extended family here, I just had a lot of things going on in my life, and I kind of felt like the world was against me. Every day I would like cry doing like just working from like remotely because I felt like I was like an imposter at my job. I had imposter syndrome. Then I felt lonely. Then I felt like, will I make it in New York? I have no friends. So I was dealing with all of that literally right after graduation. And it really felt very, very lonely. So I'm here to let you guys know, if you are feeling that way as well, you are not alone. I know it sounds so cliche to say like you're not alone, but you really aren't. There's so many resources out there to get you help. I know Talkspace is a good one. This is not a sponsored video at all, by the way. Like, I'm not sponsored by Talkspace or any of those platforms. I do go to therapy. I have a private therapist, and that has helped me greatly. This is just my own ad for therapy that you guys should go if you're feeling alone and that you can't talk to anybody in your immediate circle, or that they wouldn't understand, because that's how I felt. So yeah, that's just my spiel on if you're feeling that way. I know how you feel. I was going through it. So yes, therapy is very, very helpful. Now, let's just start with my corporate America life job. I was working in corporate America, and I was working kind of like in the finance sector. Definitely it was the private sector, but like in finance industry, and I had imposter syndrome to the T. Working remote, I just felt like I wasn't good enough for the job, even though I was hired. I went through this just strenuous interview process. I felt like I wasn't enough. My boss was very chaotic, and when we went back into the office, I felt less like an imposter and more like I knew corporate wasn't for me. This life was not for me. So I'm very grateful that I got a job right after college, and I got it on LinkedIn, and I can do another video on how I got my job on LinkedIn and the search tools I used and how I was really, going for my job. But I can do another video on that. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I just felt like I'm working in corporate. I got my I feel like I was doing everything that I was supposed to, but I was so unhappy. I got my bachelor's degree like I was supposed to. I got my master's like I was supposed to. I got my corporate job like I was supposed to, but yet I was miserable. So all the things I did like I was supposed to only made me unhappy. And I just knew I had to leave. And when I came back from my Jamaica trip for my birthday in November, and my boss like guilt tripped me into going away for my birthday using my PTO, I knew I had to leave and the job hunt was on. So into the job hunt post-grad, because I got a job so quickly out of grad school, I knew I wanted to leave my corporate job. So how I looked for another job, it felt like it took forever. I was on LinkedIn. I was on Indeed, Monster, any like platform for job hunting I was on. I wanted to switch careers, and I felt like that's why I wasn't really getting much hitbacks, because I was going from like working in corporate to like that finance, investment industry to digital media marketing, and my portfolio was really small. I was only looking for entry-level jobs, and nowhere was giving me any bite backs. Like, I was doing deep dive searches. I was telling people, you know, look at my little portfolio. I know I'm entry level, but please help me. Nothing was hitting back until one of my old clients, Emily, shout out to Emily, she reposted a job. And it was funny because like the days before she reposted, I was like praying to God, like, God, show me a way. I know I'm not supposed to be here. I just need my foot in the door. And lo and behold, I got my foot in the door. My old client, Emily, from the summer, she reposted a job from her best friend's account, saying they needed a social media manager, and it was entry-level position. And I DM'd her right away on Instagram, and I was like, hey, I'm applying for this job. I would love if you can give me like a letter of recommendation. You're my client. I know that that'll be a really good one. And she's like, oh, absolutely, of course. And I applied that same day. I let imposter syndrome out the fucking door. I let anything I was feeling that like I felt like, oh, I was underqualified, I let that all out the door, because my escape plan was I was so focused on leaving that I would apply to anything. And even in the job was entry level as well. It was like 1 to 3 years, which is perfect. I told myself I am qualified. I did my resume. I got an email back maybe 4 days later while I was at work. I remember typing in the office at work, and I had an email on my phone, and it was from my new boss now saying, we would like to schedule an interview with you. And all I was thinking was, yes, I did it. And I did it. So I did 2 interviews the following week, and then on December 23rd, I believe, right before Christmas, I got my offer letter. And all I was thinking was like, this is a Christmas miracle! And so, you know, the job hunt, because in my job, I was looking for jobs since like September, October, and I didn't get a hit until November. And then, you know, in December, you know, it was like the holiday, well, really December, because it was like the holidays time. But it was long, because even though I already had a job, I knew I was supposed to be there. But after November, my birthday trip, I just knew I had to really push. So my tips for the job hunt post-grad school is network, ask anybody. Let people know you are job searching, what you're looking for. Even though Emily didn't come to me directly and say, here's a job, I think you'll be good at it, I saw her repost it and I was looking for it. I put it out there that I was looking for a job in this field, and it kind of like attracted me, because I could have easily missed that repost, not been on Instagram that day, not saw her story, but I put it out there. So if you're on that job hunt, LinkedIn I think is amazing, and I can do a video if you guys are interested on it. Indeed, I wasn't getting much, but like, you can get a job on Indeed, but I think LinkedIn and your network are the 2 main things that will help you get a job. And I am proof of that. I got my corporate job on LinkedIn. I got this job through my network with Emily, my old client. And so those are my tips on just the job hunt post-grad school. Use your network. If you were in a sorority, a fraternity, any club during your undergrad or even grad school, whatever you were involved in, use that network. If you weren't involved in anything, then you have to use your friend network, Facebook groups, You have to start thinking outside the box, because even though LinkedIn is great, Indeed could be great, other platforms could be great, nothing is better than getting a reference from somebody that knows you straight to your employer. Use your network. So that was my journey for on the job hunt. I'll talk about my mental health, because even though I feel much better now and things have fell into place for me, it wasn't always like that. Like I said, when I moved here to New York, I felt very out of place because I moved to a new city. Florida and New York, two different states, two different atmospheres. So I definitely felt out of place. And I had to, and I was going through personal family things too. And so I was turning to things that weren't good for me, I was like literally self-destructing, working a job I was miserable at, but making good money at, and then going out to happy hour whenever I could. And I knew, okay, this is not the path for me. What can I do to get help? And honestly, guys, therapy was what helped me. I ended up leaving my therapist, self-destructing that relationship, and then got back with her. Thankfully, she took me back, and really having nurtured that relationship, because I knew therapy was what was best for me. So my mental health did deteriorate because I felt alone and so many other different things. But once I got to the root of my problems and why I was feeling this way and worked through it, I opened myself up to friendships. I can make a video all on how to make friends when you move to a new city. I opened myself up to happiness, to letting things go, to being around positive, loving people, letting toxic people go. So post-grad school is scary because you lose your friends a little bit. I definitely felt like I lost my friends. My roommates, I was really close to them, and we all kind of like left and went our separate ways. Sorry guys, my camera died. But what I was saying was, I just realized that the people that I was like these relationships that I thought was so strong and that I was hanging on to for like dear life, weren't as strong as they really were and weren't really serving me. So you have to do a full self-evaluation on your life. Hire and fire whoever, because your mental health, how you feel inside, is so important, and the company you keep really does impact how you feel. So those are my... Oh, also, if you're in college, I did want to point out that you get free therapy sessions. When I was at UCF, I got 6 free therapy sessions per semester. So you're in college still, I know this is like a post-grad video, but if you're watching this still in college thinking about post-grad life, definitely take advantage and see if you have, if your university or college gets you any free therapy sessions at the health center or counseling center at your university. But to wrap this video up, just my main tips for post-grad life, honestly, is keep your eye on the prize. You may feel lonely, lost, like you don't know what to do. Whatever that goal is, keep your eye on that goal and go through the emotions, but keep your eye on the prize. My second tip, everything will fall into place. I know it's a cliche thing, but guys, I have videos of me literally here on this couch or on the table over there thinking, how can I get out of this job? I don't want to be in this job anymore. And I just knew it was going to fall into place. You have to give it time, but it will fall into place. Embrace the bad and look forward to the good. That's my third tip. Embrace the bad. All I mean by that is just when you're going through that hard time, really take in all the feelings and feel how you feel. Don't push your feelings away. If it's something bad is happening, look at it in all perspectives, embrace it, and then find the good in it and a lesson that you can make of it. Because if you only think about it as negative, you're going to be negative, feel negative. Look at the good in it or a lesson that you can learn from it. And then my last tip is my favorite advice of all time. Everything you need is already within you. I felt like an imposter. I was not an imposter. I felt like I wasn't good enough, that I didn't deserve to be here, that because I'm entry level in social media marketing, I'm self-taught, I wasn't going to get a job. Everything I needed was already inside of me. Literally, everything I needed to do, I had to pull from inside of my own experiences and make it into something. Whatever you need to do or you want to do is in you already. You just have to find it. Dig deep and you got this. So I hope this video was really helpful, guys. This was my experience post-life grad school, mental health, the job hunt, and some advice for you guys. Let me know in the comments how post grad life or just post-college life is going for you guys. And if you guys like these videos, I think they're so helpful and I wish I had them. So let me know, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye guys.